there's a universal belief that upper trapezius is partly responsible for neck and shoulder pain because it's short, tight and overactive. And this universal belief has no research base. When we look at reviewing this muscle in terms of its anatomy, its biomechanics, its physiology and pain-related changes, a lot of discrepancies appear to come up. We've developed an e-learning module to present this data, to present all this information on the movementperformancesolutions.com website. But upper trapezius is a muscle that there's no real measurement of a significant change of length in terms of shortening. If that ever does occur, we should be very afraid that there might be a neural mechanism behind that. A short upper trapezius, if it is truly short, is usually protecting neural tissue and progress with caution. It's much more common in people with chronic neck and shoulder pain to have a drop shoulder and elongated upper trapezius. Our review work has looked at this, and we've come to the conclusions that upper trapezius has two primary functional movement roles. It's a multitasking muscle, and it multitasks a local stabilizer role for the cervical spine. In the cervical spine, it attaches to the fascia nuchae, a wall of fascia that's almost 5 centimeters wide at the level of C3. This wall of fascia attaches to the tip of every spinous process in the cervical spine. When upper trapezius activates, it pulls that wall of fascia and maintains tension in that wall of fascia, the fascia nuchae. And so upper trapezius has the same biomechanical model as transversus abdominis in the lumbar spine to help stabilize against intersegmental displacement. That wall of fascia is also important for the key primary posterior stabilizer muscles of the neck, particularly semispinalis, to attach to. If the wall of fascia is soft, the primary cervicothoracic stabilizers of the neck have a dysfunctional attachment point. If these muscles attach to a soft piece of tissue, they're deficient in their stabilization role. Upper trapezius also has an important role at the shoulder girdle. It attaches to the clavicle for the shoulder to lift, for the acromion to lift, and for the scapula and the glenoid to turn upwards into upward rotation to minimize impingement in the subacromial and coracoacromial space. The acromion has to lift superiorly. To do that, the clavicle has to rotate. Without the rotation of the clavicle, the shoulder is locked down, and the humeral head has to push the acromion up rather than it being lifted out of the way by muscle activation. So upper trapezius has two primary movement roles. It's a multitasking muscle, and the two primary roles it multitasks in function is a local stabilizer role in the cervical spine. It has similar biomechanics and neurophysiology to transversus abdominis in the lumbar spine. And in the shoulder girdle, it's a primary rotator of the clavicle to allow the clavicle to rotate upwards to decompress the acromioclavicular and coracoacromial arch to minimize impingement and to maintain ideal movement mechanics of the scapular thoracic joint and glenohumeral function.